evening, everybody. Welcome to League of Extraordinary Inventors. I'm your host, Mike from Faraday Research. It is Friday night, Free Energy Friday. We have Bernie live with us tonight at Tesla Tech 25, and he'll give us a little briefing on what's going on at Tesla Tech. So it's been quite the adventure from what I've heard right from the start. Yeah, before he even got on the airplane, I guess.
Oh yeah. So I did get my my monatomic purple gold. It's a metamaterial confirmed. U.S. Customs, they ran it through their mass spectrometer, and I'm so glad I told them ahead of time. I'm like, it's not going to show up in the mass spectrometer. If it does, it might say carbon. That's just the way it is. And they looked at me like I was crazy. And then 5 minutes later, I hear, holy, he said it was going to do that. And then they triggered a little national security moment. Well, they figured out if they could let me through, or if they had to keep it. And then I told Dr. Yu about it here, the NASA guy, and I said, Bernie, you realize you've created a new particle, right? Do you want to know what it is? And I'm like, of course I want to know what the new particle is that doesn't show up in a mass spectrometer. Yeah. But yes, he's amazing. And it's been amazing. And I've got an interview with Dr. Yu and Terrence Howard confirmed for Sunday. And Terrence even gave me his number last night. So that was pretty awesome. I just finished doing the recording with Gerald Polak, and sadly, we didn't have the setup proper where Julie wasn't seen, but she will be seen on the edited version, so don't worry about that. Yeah, she was fully in it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so awesome. I'm so jelly. That must be such an experience to be at Tesla.
Well, I'll be in Calgary on the 26th, so maybe.
So we will be hanging out live together then too, and doing some battery technology.
Exactly. So it's been a busy week. I've been working on the Howard Johnson motor. This is my new pet project that I've been working on, and I kind of stumbled across a motor that was created. The video is from 11 years ago, and what the guy did was created a flywheel with basically a little camshaft on the side of it. And he had this little metal spring. It just, a metal spring, and adjusted the tension on it. So every time the cam came around, it hit it and deflected the cam, and basically set the wheel into perpetual motion. And the motor actually started to speed up. So
wow.
Based on that alone, intrigues me. So I'm going to try to replicate what he was doing, but not only that, I'll have the Howard Johnson magnet part in the motor as well. So I'll have the magnets, the pulling and repulsion of the magnets, as well as have the spring assembly. So if I can pull that off, who knows what I might have in the end, right? So I'm going to work on that this week. And
what is that thing capable of powering? Like you got like a light set up to power it, or?
Yeah, you can hook up any. I've come up with a lens-free coil that basically will not exhibit any lens effect on the motor at all. And
that's cool.
So even when the motor is under load, it's not going to be under load because this coil does not have lens effect.
I wonder, do you use your spark gap to achieve that effect?
Yeah, you can simulate it, but there always will be a little bit of lens effect. But by doing the spark, by using the spark gap timing, it retards the lens effect to a great degree. I would say as high as 90%. Right?
Gotcha.
But this new coil design that I have. There's a couple of people out there that have been experimenting with it and exhibits basically zero lens effect. So that's really intriguing there. So that is probably what I'm going to use to extract power off this thing if I get the wheel into a perpetual state. And if I can do that, we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm going to try this idea. Actually, you know what? even better. I'm going to show the video of what this guy did. This is a video was posted 11 years ago. So I'm just going to share my screen here. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, cool. I can't wait till you start showing some more videos of that, and hopefully you'll be able to close the loop.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Hey, Nathan.
Hey, what's going on?
Good to see you, Nathan.
I'm going to share my screen.
Someone knocking on my door?
All right, so what I'm going to do, okay, everybody see my screen okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My phone's about to die, so
Welcome
in
to
about
my
15, 20 minutes.
novelty engine. I happen to call it the dominant flywheel. Reason being is the dominance of the flywheel over the crank pin. Let's turn it around for you to have a quick look.
You see the spring right there?
The whole of it is made up out of scrap bits and pieces from my workshop, and all of it is held together by epoxy resin, so it's
That's the
tiny
spring right
little
there.
bit delicate.
I see it.
The flywheel was made from an old tuning capacitor from a radio, a little bit of brass on the shaft, some bearings out of an old motor, and the crank pin is from an old 12-volt car tyre inflator. We've got a spring out of an old alarm clock, and really that's about it. Or maybe the fact that it's got a little weight on it. This is to tune the length of the spring. You simply slide it along till you get the right length. It's a bit like a pendulum on an alarm clock, or like tuning a guitar by moving your fingers up and down the strings. Anyway, for what it's worth, let's give it a spin. Put energy into the flywheel, and away it goes.
Just got to adjust it. He'll adjust it in a second.
Pretty cool.
But he's gonna adjust it. It's gonna run better.
The crank pin is pushing the spring down, and the spring is pushing it back up. I don't think there's any spare energy from it, so you can discount that one. But let's give it another spin.
There you go. See? Oh, hold on.
Right, what we're going to do now is I'll just
Oh, hold on.
get myself a screwdriver and we'll show you the tuning of the spring. What we're going to do is loosen this bolt and move the weight along, if it will actually go along. There's a bit of old junk out of my scrap drawer. Do the bolt up a little bit, and we'll go again. How about that? The further back you put the weight, the faster it goes, because you've changed the spring tension. But I still don't believe there's any spare energy from it. I really don't. Anyway, happy viewing. Spin it round.
See, it's speeding up.
There we are. So you can probably pop out into your workshop and duplicate this quite easily. And it's amazing the strength of epoxy resin. I used a proprietary brand of epoxy resin, which is well known to everyone.
He's got a lot of mass on the outside of that thing, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a flywheel, right? So
Yeah.
with that spring going, it helps keep the inertia up so there's no loss on the spin, friction, to counter the friction that occurs in the bearings, right? So if I combine that with my Howard Johnson setup, because I do have sustained push and pull with the magnets, this might fill in the gap I need when it comes to the inertia and the wheel to keep it running.
Right, that little extra mechanical energy.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to try that this week.
Spring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It reminds me of my grandmother's sewing machine.
Yeah.
The one that goes like that. It just with the needle thing.
Mhm.
It keeps up. Yeah.
Kind of like the same sound, huh? The dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Are
Oh,
you
brilliant.
still considering the different mass? You said that maybe like a difference in the mass of the wheel too.
Yeah, I've been experimenting with that. I do have some positive results with that. Now, I think this spring might actually get it over the top, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I like that one.
So,
yeah.
So basically with flywheels, you want as much mass on the outer diameter of the wheel to make an effective flywheel. And it's supposed to be light in the middle, heavy on the outside. That makes the best flywheel design. So the wheel I have, it's got slots in it going all the way around. I can add clay. It has to be something that's not magnetic to screw up with the magnetic field that I have with the magnets there. So it has to be non-ferrous. So I was thinking of using that DAS clay that you buy at the art store, which has a bit of weight to it, and I'll stick it in all the way around the wheel and get some more weight in that wheel on the outside. So, and I can adjust.
They talked a lot about flywheels in the Navy, especially for the rail guns. How basically a flywheel, if you use it correctly, is, not only just a battery where you could store the energy, but like he's doing.
It's a mechanical battery. It's actually they call it a mechanical. Well, they call it a mechanical battery, and they're using it in Formula One race cars. They have a giant flywheel in those. That's why the thing can accelerate like friggin' God coming out of the friggin' corner.
It's counterintuitive too. You would think you wouldn't want that much weight in a race car.
Well, I'm telling you, the acceleration on those F1 race cars are insane. And it's instant power right there. You got to say it's a 30-pound flywheel, and it's spinning at 7,000 RPM.
It's scary power. Yeah. When you do the calculations, that's why with railguns, that's what they're pretty much the battery for a railgun is a flywheel like that.
And it's the oldest friggin' invention ever.
Yeah, the quicker you put the brake on it, the more the power is.
Oh God, yeah.
Once you get it spinning, if you quickly put something in the spoke of that wheel, it's like ungodly power.
Well, we talked about this a few years ago. They had back in the 1940s, they had these flywheel buses that they were using in Europe. I think it was in Sweden. Yeah, it was Sweden or Denmark. They had a fleet of city buses that had these 1,000-pound flywheels. It would stop at a station, hook up to the city power, spin that wheel up to a high RPM, disconnect, and it would go for a mile just basically on the flywheel power.
Things are huge in the center of those things. They're really big.
Yeah, they're over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So they actually made it and used it in a practical use. So power of the flywheel, everybody.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
I haven't seen it so simple with the little lever like that. A lever spring, like a cantilever kind of spring. It's such a good idea. It's so easy.
Yep. Yeah. And just when at the right moment where the cam pin is at the right position, it creates a little bit of force to push it down and keep that inertia going without a loss. Right.
Right.
So, and it's
also, sorry, I missed it when he spun it up. How did he spin it up? Did he just like by hand?
Yeah, he just gave it a with his hand, just give it a little. Yeah,
because it kept going, man. You're right.
Yeah, actually,
and it sped up.
Yeah, it did. So that's a sign that over unity's taken place. Because according to physics, something like that should not speed up, but it is.
Yeah, it should be slowing down, if anything.
Yeah,
with the laws of energy of conservation.
Exactly. So there's a violation right there. If it's speeding up after the push, then right there's a violation of the conservation of energy.
I don't think that there's violation, but we're missing something. The energy is coming from somewhere,
Yeah, like a closed system versus an open system.
Yeah.
And also, people don't think like even though energy is conserved, power isn't, and power is just the rate of change of the energy. So there's no law in physics that says that power is not is a conserved value like energy. So
that's true.
Over unity is always power related. You can't think in terms of energy. Energy really won't get you anywhere because it's the dog chasing its tail. If you look at the power relations, that's really where you start to get into over unity.
Yeah, see, what I like about this, there's no batteries, there's no capacitors involved. So the system I have won't have any of that stuff.
Well, he's getting more energy based on the weight on the outside. The centrifugal force of it's giving him the extra energy push.
Right.
So yours, if you can get that center mass down a little bit, Mike, you might be able to have a way better effect.
Yeah. Well, I could always cut out certain portions of that wheel. Like it's like a 5-spoke wheel, but they're closed in with plastic. So I could probably cut that plastic away and just have the spokes hold it together and, reduce some of the weight. But like I said before, I could add weight to the outer diameter more.
Well, after you get your preliminary stuff done, maybe 3D print it and then add the mass that way on the outside and thin out the center the other way.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I have to use something that's non-ferrous because I got the magnets on the outside of the wheel, so I can't mess.
Bismuth.
I have bismuth. Yeah, I have bismuth, but not enough to do what I'm doing.
I could send you some.
Well, depending on.
I love the weight of it. It's awesome. I love holding bismuth. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
Depending on
go ahead.
Sorry, depending on the thickness of the outside, Mike, you may be able to get away with a layer of metal on the inside that doesn't mess with the magnets. Only because if it's like this thick, that little layer is not going to hurt, but it's going to help you in your weight.
Yeah.
Or just put in cement.
Yeah, cement. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something you can do with the piezoelectric membrane that converts electricity into kinetic energy.
Yeah,
you could create like a piston or something like that. We're gonna think about it. So you convert the magnetic energy is gonna convert into electric energy because it moves. So you need an initial motion, and the electric energy can be converted into kinetic energy with the piezoelectric material. I'm gonna think about that, and it's very interesting what you're doing.
Know how you eliminate lens effect? I'll tell you a little secret, and probably everybody already knows it. Turn the coil 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
No more lens.
I can say something about that too.
No more lens.
Have you ever heard of a
physically turn it or phase shift the signal?
No. If the coil's like this to the wheel and the wheel's right here, turn the coil this way.
Oh.
Turn the coil sideways. And guess what? There's no more lens effect and it still spins the motor.
Yeah, you're changing the interaction of the field geometry.
Right.
Huh.
Exactly.
So you have no more lens effect when you turn it 90 degrees relative to the magnetic field of the magnet on the wheel. There's no lens. It's gone.
The thing is, though, you're not picking up the magnetic field in that case. So it's not conventional magnetic because the magnetic field is slicing it parallel to the other conductor. It's not crossing
it's still
it like
picking
it
up a
normally
charge.
would.
It's not as strong
Yeah,
as if it
it's
were
an
head
electric
on,
field.
but
It's
it
yeah,
is
it's the
still picking
electric
up
field
power.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
the
still
electric
pick up.
field.
Now,
Yeah.
all you have to do is make the inductor larger, and you can pick up a lot more voltage off it. So, like,
You
say,
can
30 gauge wire.
you
Hey,
can
Mike.
also use
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nathan.
No, I'm sorry, Jarvis. You were talking. I'm having trouble
You
hearing
can
you tonight.
also you can use a current transformer. You know those
Right.
coils. It's basically like if this were the wire.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but it's the poloidal wrap around it. It just look up a current transformer, and the way it's wrapped, that's
Right.
perfect for picking it. And it's at 90 degrees, but it picks up the magnetic and electric field in that configuration. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's called a Minkowski coil, something like that.
Minkowski.
I'll look it up.
Okay,
real
so
quick.
the magnets are sorry, the windings are not this direction. They're going this direction. They're going this way, not this way. I don't know. Do you have like a picture to kind of show it?
Yeah.
Like a guitar pickup. Yeah. You know what I mean? Is that what you're talking about?
Okay. Yeah, kind of like that idea. Yeah.
Let me share it real quick.
By the way, on that video, the guy's thing goes like this. On the backside, was there an opportunity for it to go up and down like this as well? Was it on a pivot point?
You could probably add another one on the opposite side. Yeah.
You could basically put in 3-finger design and have it tap piezo's, and it'll give you electricity on the other side all day long. It has zero resistance to it, but it gives you energy.
Mm. Interesting.
Is it sharing my screen? I see like a little present box. See this one right here? Oops. Gotta add. See how it's wrapped around this conductor here? See this little, it's called a current transformer. I can't hear anything, so I'm not sure if I'm sharing. Are you guys able to see that on my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
All right.
coil with is that like a iron rod in the middle?
Yeah, this is an iron, just like it would be in a conventional transformer, but this would be one winding of a primary, say, or if it were like a hairpin circuit where you use the stout copper rods, you would wrap something like this around the rods to pick up the magnetic field and the electric field. This is like you get both the electric and magnetic field with this type of transformer.
I see what you're getting at.
I don't want to interrupt, but I want to interrupt. Sorry, but I want to interrupt, but I don't. The rod in the ring in mythology, Inanna holds these two objects in her hand. Just thought of that.
Ooh, I like that. And I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but I have to interrupt. Because I'm taking y'all on a little tour around Tesla Tech, so you got to try to highlight my screen, and then we're gonna take you over to Murray B. King. Oops, how do I do this camera thing? Oh, there we go. There we go. We're going down the halls of Tesla Tech, and then I'm going to take you to Murray B. King, who I'm going to be interviewing next. But we're going to capture him in his wild natural physics environment next to the pool on the patio first. And then if you have any questions for Murray B. King, now would be the time. Now will be the time to ask them. Here we got the pool. Here we got the Tesla, the famous Albuquerque Tesla Tech pool. We got some live music going on. It's quite the event. Quite the event.
Looks really nice there.
Got a banquet coming up. We got some Indian coming up.
Oh, you got food.
We got live music. Yeah. Live music and everything. And then we have a table full of engineers and physicists. We're gonna capture them in the live environment. We're sneaking up. We're sneaking up. We're sneaking up. We're sneaking up, and boom, there's Mary B. King. That's who we're gonna be interviewing next. So figured, oh my. We have, oh, there's Julia. There's the team. You're live on League of Extraordinary Inventors right now. So it's my film crew. All right.
He does amazing work at Bradshaw Ranch. He's at Beach. You want to tell everyone?
Nice to meet you, guys.
Oh, I just started right now.
Let's go to the umbrella. Under the umbrella we shall go. So this is Tesla Tech. It's amazing. And then we got like tables, and like these tables fill up with all of our icons, free energy and anti-gravity. They are up in here. Oh my! It is raining. I'm in Albuquerque, and it is raining.
Sounds
all
like
right.
a party.
I'll join back in again. Oh no, actually, hold on. I'm gonna take you guys through a quick little walkthrough of the demo areas.
Cool.
Right, we gotta promote all aspects of the conference. So
how many people are in attendance?
Steve. So we got Steve. Steve is live on the extraordinary. Owning Tesla.
Lag.
Wasn't so far.
Got a little bit of lag there in your video. A little bit of lag. I think we lost his feed there. I'm sure he'll come back.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. I was on the wrong Wi-Fi. I can't take you to the live presentation room, I guess, or the live the conference because it's different Wi-Fi. But I can take you through the demo hall. The demo hall is pretty freaking sweet.
That's awesome.
Like every in League of Extraordinary Inventor wants to be in this demo hall right here, because you know what we'd be working on.
Yep.
Oh, we got Therify right now. Therify, the guy's actually speaking, but that's where I couldn't take you. But there's live Therify. We've got it all at Tesla Tech 2025. This is the place you want to be and that you want to see. So Bernie made it for 2025. Y'all want to make it here in person for 2026 because...
Oh, the PAP engine. Is that the PAP engine?
I think so.
Yeah, right there. Right there. That's the PAP engine. Cool.
Yep. Right? Like everything is here. I know. It's like there's just so much going on at this place. It's nuts.
Is there an EV gray motor there? Anybody got an EV gray
There
motor?
might be. I think that's in the other room though.
Oh, is it?
We got all.
That's probably lock and key EV gray
Yeah,
motor.
exactly.
If it's the real deal.
What's that silver thing? Yeah, that.
What is that? Oregon accumulator?
It's a shift pod.
Shift
pod.
Oh, shelters. Cool.
Yeah. Looks like a pretty cool tent. I'd sleep in that. I would definitely camp in that. Maybe they want to sponsor me in that Moon Lake Gathering event immediately after this. We got drone making. There's a drone workshop. And ooh, what do we have here?
HHO water. Is that the HHO water, or is it just the HHO? Oh, you got the multi-wave oscillator?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah. See, everything you show me, I know what it is.
I know. That's why it's the perfect walk around. We get right. It's like everything you know. You already know. You already know it. Like we need to be here. That's why I'm here, and that's why you guys and gals need to be here next year with us. Because
I could be like out of control. Oh, that's the.
I will.
Oh, that's the.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
I will
Sean
come
plan
back
on
to
going
that
next
tomorrow.
And there you go.
Yeah,
There's the Townsend Brown experiment right there.
Yeah.
Townsend Brown anti-gravity propulsion.
Is that the balancing
apparatus.
beam?
No, it
asymmetric
spins.
capacitors.
See, Steve?
Yeah,
See
Charles
what I'm doing for
Bueller's
you?
doing
Live streaming it all, my man.
Out there, Steve.
Live streaming it all.
The OG.
This is live on 5 channels. You got Old Man Builds, you got Faraday Research. Look at Steve, this happy man putting on a hell of a conference.
Thanks for what you do, Steve.
They said thank you for what you do, Steve. Yeah, we appreciate you. All right, so I guess I should we'll finish showing off some more of what's going on around here. Dynamic structured water.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, let's get a little bit of. Okay. Tell us what's going on. You're live. We're live.
Guy went in the sauna. He's had a main 6 for off and on, mainly on, for 4 years. He's had a limp for 3 years, and went in the relaxed sauna for 10 minutes, and all his pain is gone. Walked for the first time without a limp in years.
Yeah.
Not only did he buy a sauna for himself, but he bought one for his daughter.
There we go.
Relaxed saunas for the best.
Okay, there it is.
Totally rock. That's where the double.
Right, this whole, yeah, absolutely. So.
You go in, I told you 2 main things. I said, it starts in 30 seconds. You feel it, feel the warmth, and in about 2-3 minutes, you say, "Oh my gosh, I feel like my grandmother's giving me the most wonderful, loving hug in the world." And that's one thing I tell people. The second thing I tell them is that 5 to 7 minutes every time, 100% to 50% of your stress and your pain will be gone every time with your clothes on without sweating. Guaranteed. Relax saunas for the nest.com, relaxsaunas.com. Go to YouTube, put in Relax Sauna testimonials. There's about 900 plus testimonials from people who go in who cannot believe, or they have decided they've experienced it. So it's beyond belief what the Relax Sauna can do. Most people are surprised because it looks sort of weird. But one lady at a health center in Boise, Idaho says, "Hey, I've been around for a long time, and I've got 4 saunas in my clinic, and there's no wooden $8,000, $10,000 sauna that can do what the Relax Sauna can do in 5 to 7 minutes. Or certainly, if you want a profuse sweat, you don't have to spend an hour. No preheating. In 20 minutes, you had the most incredible profuse sweat of your life, and you feel like you're on a cloud. You feel good. You feel relaxed. It's called the Relax Sauna for a reason. You feel relaxed and you feel revitalized. As Angela said in Las Vegas, specialist, she says all saunas are not alike. She gave away her $1,400 portable sauna. She gave away her higher dose blanket because after she got the Relax Sauna, because this left her detox and revitalized, and the other ones left her de-energized. And there's a big difference, and that's because the Relax Sauna a company in Taiwan. It took them 10 years from 1987 to 1997 to create a semiconductor chip that gives you 100% pure far infrared light between 7 and 14 microns. And that's the exact frequency that Dr. Yamaguchi, who does a lot of research in Japan, says that specific vibration of energy emitted by the relaxona radiators. He says it's the 7 to 14 micron frequency that causes the water molecules to vibrate. This weakens the ionic bonds and releases toxic poisonous gases and heavy metals from the body. It will raise body temperature, and Hippocrates will now chime in and said, hey, all I got to do is if you can find a way to create fever and sweat, I will cure any disease, any disease. Wow, that's pretty profound. And so when you increase your body temperature, or when you get in the relaxed sauna, it'll do 5 main things besides increasing the body temperature.
Hold on. We are on YouTube, so we can't be talking too much health stuff or we all get deleted. I'm sorry.
Okay, but anyway, according to the scientific information, if you have a temperature, having a temperature, what that does, increases the circulation, it gets rid of inflammation, breeding grounds for mosquitoes are stagnant ponds, so you have breeding grounds for bacteria and mold in your body, stagnant areas, and if you have the circulation increased, those things won't happen. You get rid of inflammation. When you have a temperature, when you have a fever, that will oxygenate the body, it will activate the parasympathetic. When you oxygenate the body, that'll get rid of parasites and anaerobic bacteria. But the most exciting thing, especially the relaxed sauna, it'll activate the parasympathetic nervous system. It'll get you into the now. And I have a great definition of pain. It's the awareness of time. Have you ever hurried? Have you ever worried? Have you ever waited? Those are all emotionally painful activities, and you don't need those in your life. But anyway, when you activate the parasympathetic and you get outside of time, there's no pain. And then the mitochondria can do their thing in creating the ATP and nitric oxide and leave you revitalized. So if you want to be lessen your pain, get relaxed, tune in, grounded, you feel like you're basking in divine love, and feel revitalized, the relaxed sauna can be maybe
I'll have to try it out. All right.
Well, I guarantee you'll be a happy camper. Most people are very surprised that the relaxed sauna can
relaxes to that level.
Yes, it's about 5 times more powerful than any $8,000 wooden sauna. It's like the MasterCard. It's priceless.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Phil. I got to continue on, and we will talk more, but I'm just on a multi-stream, so thank you for sharing. Much love. All right, so my phone's about to die, so I will rejoin here in a little bit, but that's just a little sample. Just a little sample of what you're going to find at Test Tech 2025. All right.
Thanks for sharing, Bernie.
Yeah, I got to get going, guys, but that's really awesome seeing you, Bernie, and thanks for having me on, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, right.
Have a good one,
Ben. You later, Ben.
Bernie.
Good seeing you, Nathan, and Jarvis, and
guys.
Phil, and Lulu, everybody, Mike. Really appreciate you guys. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. Yeah, so we got Bernie reporting live from Tesla Tech to 2025. He's
That's
our
cool.
correspondent. He's on the road correspondent.
Can I before you guys jump into the cool wheel that you're working on, can I present my stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to go for a smoke, and you can present all you want. Do you want to share your screen here before I go?
Yeah.
All right, the stage is yours. I'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Finite theory. All right, so just by the way, I just saw that cool free energy wheel here. I want to show.
A flywheel again.
Yeah, it lasts for. It looks like it speeds up. Now it goes pretty fast. So I don't know. It's from some Russian website. I just want to show that off. Also, to I've been working on the simulation for lately, like that's a simulator here that is not stable at all. I'm using the laws of the mainstream laws, and it's not stable at all. Here, gonna speed it up. So it's not stable at all. So what I did, I kind of asked Grok Grok to write a simulator for me, and it has the same problem. Grok has the same problem. So I'm not off the hook at all. I know what I'm doing, and clearly Grok has the same problem I have. It can't represent a stable atom um, with a stable electron orbit. So I'm not crazy actually. So so I tried to find alternatives, and actually you can simulate molecules and atoms using a simulator called Blender. You have to download an extra package, but Blender is the main engine. It's like Unreal Engine, um, but it works for physics. So if I simulate, yeah, I can simulate the space time. I can simulate particles. That's actually neutrinos, electrons, and positrons. Um, Here I can simulate nucleons. Yeah, nucleons with electrons and positrons. Here I can simulate atoms. Uh, I can simulate atoms, but they're not animated. The electrons are static. They don't rotate. Because if they were to rotate, then you'll see immediately that they'll lose their orbit. They're not stable at all. And I can also simulate molecules, but yeah, it's pretty cool. But again, going back to atoms, that's what I'm trying to simulate here. Um, I mean, even other simulators, they don't work very well. So one simulator that is pretty cool though is this one. Look at that. That is written by some guy named Craffer.
John the Crafter? The Master Crafter?
So he's doing chemical reaction. That might be useful to Bernie, actually, with his alchemistry stuff.
Does it give you a ratio of success with certain like molecules? If it's a
Yeah, you
stable
can you,
molecule
you
or
can you
not?
can adjust the parameters, and you have different reactions if you adjust the parameters.
How do you transmute?
And but it's pretty cool. I mean, I can't find his source code because his Patreon page is locked up. You need to pay to subscribe to his Patreon page. So
What is the waffle dude?
check this out. It's like a fission reaction, nuclear fission.
So it can do fission. Can it do fusion? Like
So yeah, it's pretty
transmutation?
cool. That's what I wanted to share. Actually, I'm gonna maybe I'll subscribe and download this code and study this code.
Can you like add like a proton or an electron on one, or like take one off, or just to see what happens to the ones on the side? You could do that.
Yeah, you can add
that's
an
cool.
arbitrary number of neutrons and protons based on their quarks also. So, but you can see the quarks. The proton is not like a sphere, because it's composed of quarks, which are smaller spheres, and somehow is able to make them stick together, and that make them act like neutrons and protons, or nucleons, actually. So yeah, I would like to access his code and study his maths, see the equations he's using. But yeah, that's what I want to share. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm going all the way down to simulation, and if I can simulate a chemical reaction based using a quark simulator, I think that's freaking awesome. And using the GPUs, it's all parallel processing. It's all parallel process using GPUs.
Philip,
So,
I saw this. I seen this thing on. I think it was on Facebook or whatever. You know that drink, the Monster Power drink? No, Monster.
Yeah.
Well, this guy poured a little bit into like a little container, and he goes, "Guess what, guys? Monster is nuclear." Apparently, he poured a bit of it into like a little flask or whatever, or a little jar, and he put the Geiger counter up to it. It started emitting beta waves.
What?
Oh yeah.
I'm drinking Rockstar. It's an energy drink.
You're gonna go nuclear, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, apparently
I mean,
Monster. If
they
you look
told
at
me I
it,
had the highest triglycerides I ever seen when I was in the Navy. So I'm sure.
Gee, I wonder why.
Probably glowing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have a Geiger counter. I wish you were here. I could scan you.
But yeah, for my company, by the way, I might sell a project next week with brokers. So I might make some money. I don't know. I'll see. But or I might create a dividend. I might spin off a company and create a dividend from that company. So we'll see next week. So I'm done being poor. Now let the money come in.
Yeah. That's for what, your software, or?
Yeah.
Right on.
So I'm tired of being poor and broke. So I could change job. Actually, I'll make. They pay very well these days. C++, software developers. And I don't know what I'm. I mean, I'm gonna renegotiate my salary. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Now with AI agents, they can write all the code for you.
I know, that's what's scary. All this AI stuff is gonna replace all you guys.
No, but that's more for front end software developers, not
They
back
got
end
back end now
engineers.
too. Yeah.
No,
they got
because back end, you always have isolated cases that AI is more general and high level. But when you come down to hardware, you always have these weird isolated cases, race conditions, and things like that. And you can't. If you use AI, then you give away your code, so you can't share proprietary code with
the
Sam
API
Altman
key.
or
Yeah.
Sam Altman or
But it's scary. It's scary to think what AI is going to be able to accomplish in the next, say, 3 years.
yeah.
They can already
If
do
it's
back
local
end.
and portable, if they're able to make it local, like you have, if we could install it on our local computer and run it efficiently, then that would be great. But until it's in the cloud and managed by other people, you can't share your proprietary code.
Yeah. Yeah, but how about the ChatGPT that you can get offline? They have these offline.
Yeah, you
AIs
still need
now.
pretty damn powerful computers to run these AI engines.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically your own server. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah.
You don't own it, somebody else owns it. Some hosting, like company owns the server.
Yeah, it's like the cloud, and the cloud. They pretend that it's all encrypted, but they own the data you store in the cloud. If the CIA really wanted to access your data, I'm in Canada, and if I use a cloud in United States, and the CIA decides to access my data, they certainly can. That's they it's their country, so the same thing happens. It happened at some time when some guy was accessing pictures on the Google Cloud, and Google thought he was a pedophile, but it was his own kids' pictures, So and that went viral and things like that. And we all saw that Google, they can access anything they want on their own cloud.
This
So
app development AI called Base 44, they just
yeah,
launched a backend capability. So it can
Here's
do backend now.
here's some cells. I've been working on some new cells this week.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Yep. These ones are
So-
completely sealed.
So basically, would you classify as a crystal cell, or are you using a solid electrolyte?
It's semi-solid, if that makes any sense.
Like a gel?
Yeah, there's a gel component to it. There's also what do you call a moisture saturator that holds moisture in it, so it doesn't
nice.
completely dry out.
Okay.
Yeah, this one here is putting out about 2.7 volts. So if you
It
stack
looks
a
like
whole
tile. Wouldn't
yeah,
that be
well,
cool
it is.
tiling?
That's the graphite. Actually, I'll show you a piece of the graphite. Hold on a second.
That'd be an awesome floor tile. Like you get power.
Well,
and
okay, these graphite plates, they use them in nuclear reactors to cool down the core. So
Yeah.
the partner I'm working with knows the Canadian distributor for these graphite plates.
They're
It's
probably
carbon
probably
graphite.
pyrolytic. Like pyrolytic graphite, right?
I don't think these are
No.
no. I wish they were,
Okay.
but they're not.
Yeah, the pyrolytic.
But
I would think they use pyrolytic for that, but I bet it's similar.
yeah, well, these are not too brittle, but they will break if you actually try to bend them.
Gotcha.
But they're pure graphite. They're super conductive. Like there's very little resistance in these plates. They're relatively easy to cut and shape them to whatever you want.
It looks shiny, like they have like
a
metal.
It's kind of like a glaze on it. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's got a weird glaze on it. They like to the touch. They're always cold. They're never warm.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
It's really weird.
Something endothermic going on.
yeah, definitely, most definitely. These are high end. So the sheet is about, I think, 3 feet by 4 feet, and they're about $700 each.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
that's what I like about the. Have you tried like an infrared camera on it, or?
No, I haven't.
No, it'd be cool.
It'd probably be very cold. It would probably be blue, most likely.
I bet it would. It's like carbon piles.
Like, it's weird because these, like, especially with the cell, if I put the cell under a load, this cools down.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely the direction you need to go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So this is a very good material to work with. Yeah, like this plate here is probably $50. So.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've got quite a few of them. I've got about 40 of them.
You guys probably know that Murray Smith guy, Robert Murray Smith.
Yeah.
He showed a cool way to make graphite that looks glossy like that. The metal, it was graphene actually.
Oh, really?
He used a triboelectric method on a piece of glass, and by rubbing it, it was both the friction of it, just like when you do it with the tape method, that's triboelectric too.
Right.
So you're basically charging the glass triboelectrically, and it causes a thin film of graphene to develop on top of the glass, but you have to keep buffering it down.
Right. Yeah, it can be done, but it's really cool. It takes a lot of steps to get that layer on there. Yeah.
I'm thinking if it just needed to be a plate like that, that might be a cool way to try.
Yeah, that's why I found as soon as I activated the cell, I was able to there is a huge temperature difference between the anode and cathode. Like it's like you could just feel it by touching it. And even more like so when it goes under a load. Yeah, there's like a thermo electric conversion happening in the cell. So
it's basically like a diode, like you've been saying. Then
it's So the way the cell's set up, it's a series parallel circuit. So you have two sacrificial cathodes and one anode, and it's layered, it's stacked. So that's why I'm getting, like, when I first fire it up, it'll hit over 3 volts. So at average, it does come down a little bit. It's usually settles about 2.5 to 2.8 volts consistently.
Have you ever tried to hit it like with a heat gun just for a second and see if it absorbs it and puts out?
Oh, it absorbs it. Yeah, big time. It go like if you heat up one side, the other side cools down. So if I put my hand on the copper side, this side, the graphite side, starts to cool down.
That's awesome.
It's weird.
Yeah, it sounds like a Peltier.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. So it would be Mike, in reverse too. Then, sorry, go ahead.
Mike, do you know where we can get piezoelectric membranes?
Grill igniters.
Yeah,
get a grill igniter and take it out. PZT.
Alibaba has all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a Alibaba over here in Montreal.
Yeah.
You're looking for a membrane?
Yeah. That converts electric energy into kinetic energy.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have it. I think I've seen them on there before on Alibaba.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Are you talking like a gel?
No, the material.
Like PZT, lead zirconium titanate.
I'll show it to you one sec.
I have barium titanate.
Yeah, that's the best. Sean's got some too, but he accidentally got the tetragonal. The shape of the molecule matters. But
yeah, mine's pretty
yeah.
fine. Mine's like over 600 mesh. It's
Awesome.
very fine.
He's excited to start working with that stuff because I've been talking a lot about Sparky Sweet, and something's got to be up with it,
Yeah, there was something going on, but he was hiding something because the one thing that I do remember Bendini was talking about when he was in there and he had the device on, he could smell ozone in the air.
Yeah, so voltage and the baker oven thing where it was misplaced, that story. But you're telling me the Curie temperature is like in the thousands of degrees. So a little baker oven, if he were to try to go to the Curie temperature, there's no way he could do it. But it's still probably got it to a glassy kind of state for him to be able to.
Yeah, it was able to get the magnets to lose about probably over 90% of the magnetism.
Right.
Because when you heat up a magnet, the magnetic field starts getting weaker, right? Mm-hmm. So, Phil, you got something you want to show?
Yeah, just that stuff again to explain.
Video where a guy's been running his piezoelectric fan for over 6 years straight.
Yeah, they got that on Alibaba.
That's because everything that's moving is well under the elastic limit, and there's no friction parts, and so there's nothing really to wear out.
So it converts electric energy into kinetic energy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is Mike gone?
No, I'm here.
No.
If you want to be really crafty, you can do that with Rochelle salt.
Yeah.
With what?
With Rochelle salt. What you just showed.
Yeah.
As a piezoelectric, you could even use a little bit of. You can grow a Rochelle salt crystal. And you can do similar things like that.
Oh, okay.
It's not the whole thing. The whole thing isn't piezoelectric. It's just the actuator that's piezoelectric. The rest is just like a plastic that acts as a fan. So you don't need a big.
Yeah, they could be quite thin.
But that's the thing. You mean it converts, but you get the idea. You convert magnetic energy into electric energy, and then you convert electric energy into kinetic energy, and you create a piston, some sort of piston.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, if you were to do it directly, say, just off a grill igniter, how it's like 20 kV you can get from just one hit that's alternating current, but how do you take that, without a transformer is going to be real lossy to get the current up, you know what I mean? It's 20 watts just right there, though. If you calculate it, it takes a lot less power to hit the button than it does put out. That's an over unity device right there. It's literally 20 watts every time you press it, like, but the conversion is difficult with that.
Yeah. Interesting.
The one conversion I showed, the Rogowski coil, it's called a Rogowski coil. I'm sorry, I mispronounced it last time, but it looks like this. It is one of the best conversion methods because it's both electric and magnetic. It really booted me off.
Yeah, the one you were showing earlier, who had it? Tesla had it.
Rogowski.
With the way that it's wrapped around like that in sections and 4 sections around his motor.
His motor.
I don't think it was a generator.
I know he used this type of thing to control phase relationships, and you can do that too. To convert the power to reactive power and stuff. Rogowski's coils are really interesting to get into, but the way I would do it is make this center one just the thick copper rod of a hairpin and just start wrapping it with Rogowski coils. I've literally seen that done in the past and it seemed legit to me. Let me stop sharing. But yeah, be like it's actually a Letraline if you want to get technical. It's not hairpin. Letra invented it, but you take those rods and as it's doing its oscillation, you wrap it with a Rogowski coil and you pick it up the magnetic field and the electric field off that, and it'll be in phase. But just putting it out there.
Yeah, no, I've seen Timtron use the same thing. They had the Toretto, and it was wrapped in 4 sections. You know what I mean, around it,
Yeah.
and it was individualizing it as you rotated it in there.
Yeah, I've seen some clever, like they call them fractal transformers, where like you got one wrap, then the wrap, then the wrap around that, so you're getting, and the.
We lost him.
I think his thing just froze.
Yeah, it looks like he.
Hey, Mike, can you highlight Ulysses for me real quick? I just want to say thank you, man, for the sticker, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
you're awesome. Thank you. You froze on us, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Basically, a fractal transformer, because the number of wraps squared is what you want for a transformer, and when you do it in a fractal like that, like smaller and smaller wraps over, you get more power output because it's just more wraps per area.
By the way, it's a shout out to Timtron, man.
Yeah.
He's watching his thing. He's getting ready to convert Tesla coils over, and he showed his bit. Oh my God, man! He's got this 3-phase bit. Okay, it's literally a generator, or how do I say this? Not a generator, transformer. It has 3 things in it, and the things the wrappings around are just massive, man. It's got 3 of them. And then he goes, oh, but not just one. And the thing's like taking up his desk like a lunchbox. He goes, I got this other one. And then, by the way, over here, I got this third one. And he's like, surplus store. I'm like, freaking hey, man.
Oh, yeah,
Whoa.
He's a surplus store right at his place.
I can't wait till he gets that thing done, man. I'm tripping out because he's got like 4 episodes of it so far. And I was watching every one of them to see which parts he's got in there. But the parts keep coming. I'm like, wow, you got all that. Now you're putting this in. I'm over here with just a couple of little things, and yeah, he's got a whole big setup going. I can't wait to see it.
He does good work, man. A lot of people in this community do.
Yeah,
everybody's got their own twist to it.
You know, I built
Everybody's
this
got their own angle.
I built this little coil once. I put like, but there's a magnet inside. It's not a copper ring. It's like a magnet, but the wire is copper. And I was hoping I could attach it to the reader from here to here, like the little clamps, to see what I could, what I get a reading on it. But how I did this was I wrapped the red one on the side. I did a couple little loops, and then I interwove the black and the red. So if you could see, it's like every other one.
Okay.
And that way I felt like it will give a different resonance. Like if it's crossed over, it will give different points of shorter path. Like when it's a mesh. So I don't know. I was experimenting with this. So
are you going to put another magnet with it, or how do you want to get the energy out of it, Lulu? Are you going to spin it?
Well, I had this thing now. You see, I put it here in the center. Okay. And then I could attach a little one of those like little screws, then I could put it to my little power gun, and I could spin it with that, and it will create an extra energy layer. I don't have anything stable to run it off, but just to experiment with it, it could I could do that. So.
If you get 2 more magnets,
okay,
the same size, you put one in the middle, that'll be your mover, and then one above it's a steady state. And what it'll do is it'll go back and forth between both of them and give you energy out of the each one that you wound.
Or I could put like a straw and put them in opposite,
Yeah,
polarities.
So they bounce
Yeah.
off of each other.
And
Yeah,
I'll still,
exactly.
yeah.
So it goes up, it bounces here and bounces up here and bounces.
Yeah.
You see if you can't get it into a perpetual state. That'd be awesome.
I had once. I did that once, but I think I dismantled it because I was moving it and it fell apart. But yeah, I had, I think, I still have the parts.
Here's the
Do you think
motor I've been working on.
is there a difference if you held it like basically perpendicular to the Earth's surface, do you think? Instead of like parallel? The orientation, I'm wondering.
It lasts for a while, huh?
It's chucking along.
No batteries, no nothing on this.
That's cool.
Like this thing will spin for quite a while before it stops. So if I install that spring device, set up the cam around here, then it would start hitting the cam and then keep the motor spinning.
I think you're onto something there.
So you see the magnet at the bottom vibrating? See how it's going up and down? I don't want to get it too close to the computer. These are very strong magnets I got on here.
Oh, yeah.
So I got it spring-loaded, so it bounces. See?
Very nice.
So when I spin it, you can't even see it bounce, but it is bouncing.
Do you plan on disclosing how you gated it one day?
Yeah, the physics of how I gate it's pretty complicated. I'll have to do a whole show on that.
Okay.
Like, look at it go. It's just spinning and spinning. But the flywheel part of it is definitely a very huge part of it.
It's really nice.
Yeah, you're like right on the edge, man.
Yeah, like
got good balance too.
Yeah, it's actually it runs better, sitting flat like this. I'm holding it up so the camera
that's
can
what I was
see it.
wondering. Yeah,
definitely got to get rid of some of that mass in the center, though.
Yeah, if I get it's pretty heavy on the outside right now. But the bearings are extremely good on it. Very, very little friction. So if I turn it, you can see it's pulling it. Hold on, watch. See how it's pulling it and then pushing it. Pull, push. So it just needs that extra. See how it's pulling it? See? It should have stopped, but it pulled it. See? See how it's pulling it and accelerating?
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting at? So
incline too.
So if I put that cam there and make the spring device on there, it might just give it enough extra little push to sustain the magnets going through its full cycle. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's a really challenging project. Really challenging.
Sounds legit though. Sounds like you're onto something.
It's surprising me. It's actually surprised me in a couple of different areas, because I thought it was kind of a farce, and but I don't know, man. It's showing me some interesting stuff.
I guess I could share a circuit if you want.
Sure, throw it up.
Let's see. Still trying to get used to all this stuff.
Yeah. No worries.
Think.
Yeah, there it is.
Can you see it?
Yeah. I'm just gonna scoot out. Oh. Why do I have an echo?
You have a second tab.
Yeah, Jarvis, you have a second tab open.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I think it's because I hit when it's a full entire screen. If you hit the audio thing, should I keep that off? I was just afraid I'd lose the mic.
Yeah, just keep that off because what it'll do, it'll double modulate.
Okay. All right. Let me try one time. All right, it's off. Can you see the circuit?
Yep.
Yeah, Bogeyder Sheehan, shout out to him. He's been wanting to learn simulators a little bit. I don't know much about simulators, but this one's really easy to use. And this would be like a pulse width modulator here at 20 hertz. Like, it doesn't take a fast signal. That's what I try to get across to people. And this is a relay. And so basically it just pulses the coil of the relay at 20 hertz using a pulse width modulator that's still power from the battery. And you can see from the power input, it dips to 4.714. And the output just continues to grow on each pulse. Because basically when you send it through a high inductance with low resistance on the first path through a diode, it charges this capacitor to twice its voltage. And since the energy stored in it's the square of the voltage, each time it hits the hammer on the bell here, it just grows exponentially in power. So even though the input power is like 5 watts, the power output, it's just like a, it keeps growing and growing with each bell, but you got to tune it right. And the reason it works different from a transistor is because it's literally closing the circuit here, opening and dumping it into a completely different circuit that's not even tied to the battery. So it's only tied to the battery to charge the capacitor, and then it gets dumped into the RLC circuit. So it's basically, a wireless power transmission with the greater power output than in. It's a basic boost bell. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. I'll stop. I don't even know how to stop it.
We're in a portal. We're in a portal right now to other dimensions.
Oh, that's right. Mike went out to smoke, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
see how it's
two
only
cigarettes in 15 minutes.
It's only 20 hertz in. That's what I want to get across to people is it's just stupid to try to ring it at the same frequency of the RLC circuit. I mean, that's been tried over and over again. You're just going to get the same results. It really matters on how you drive it. It doesn't matter what coil it is. Like it needs to be driven correctly, and most people just don't get that. But that's a basic circuit you can work with to get going. Whatever coil you want, Rodin coil. Ben's been working on cool geometry coils. I mean, it could be any coil you want, really.
Can you use the what's the name? I forgot the name. Oh yeah, the Rodin coil. That's the one you just mentioned.
Yeah. I would recommend using it to drive a hairpin and use the Rogowski coil, like I said. I mean, it's pretty much all you gotta do. But
and you get extra energy. Hey Mike, what's cracking? Hey Lulu.
All of them are gone.
Yeah, they're all gone. So it's the Lulu and Phil show from now on.
See? Think of them as
Magnets?
yeah, but the whole idea if they were all like this, see? if they were all like this, and put in that order. If you think about it like um computer microchip, and if you want to do the stacks of information where the only way to get to this one is to get to this one first. You can't reach that one unless you know, it's one way. You know, there's not many ways. To keep information, and only in that position the information can be retrieved. You know, it's like superposition. Can't, you know, it's neither not up nor down, neither, you know, it's something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
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 You know, because
Yeah.
information still, like, information can still travel, though it's still in superposition, but it only gets activated if it's in that stable position. Otherwise, you can't, you know, because stability is important for information retrieval. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice for that. Sorry, I missed it. Is that the stack of magnets? Is that what you showed?
Yeah, yeah. I was telling Phil, it reminds me of like how if you want to hide data in a microchip, like you have to go through the first one to get the, but it has to be in stable state, like a superposition. You understand? If it's like if it's moving, it you can't retrieve the information, but it has to be in a superposition state. So I was telling him, if I had this, imagine the geometry that it would create if all of them, you know. But the whole idea is creating these, yeah, same idea, something like that. But yeah, I mean that's a way to hide like real code information, because like quantum computers, you know, quantum computers work also like you know, like they have them from up to down. That's how it's read. But to get to this part, you have to go through all of the main parts, because that's the deepest of the computation of stability. And you know, quantum particles for computers and semiconductors and conductors and you know, you know, because data can transfer through magnetic fields. This is what it's creating. So, yeah.
Nice.
What happened? What happened to Jarvis? He dropped off.
I don't know.
He just disappeared.
Yeah, his connection was laggy.
Yeah. Haven't seen him log back in yet. Oh well, we'll carry on, I guess.
That quantum word, so funny. We're having that on my show, man. We went long today, man. And
yeah, you had a long stream, didn't you?
Yeah. They all go, don't tell us about quantum, because they're all like, no, it's not real. You're just making stuff up now. Kind of like, you know what I mean, all the other stuff the physics starts to make up and see what you'll buy.
Yeah, I think, you know what, all this stuff seems to be theoretical physics.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, Phil's thing is there's a simulation, you know, a quantum, like say quantum leap. It's that constant transition from one particle to other, you know, it's quantumly leaping from one atom to another. And so, you know, like if there's a simulation, can you imagine what we could achieve by just transmitting this energy? You know, we would know how far it would reach.
Yeah, but that's the problem with universities, and they like to keep things theoretical and obscure,
right.
you know?
Right. That's right. And it's not concrete science, it's theory.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to simulate it and bring it to life so we can.
And what if I said all along, experimentation will always trump theory?
Exactly.
Do the experiment, build it, make it work, and then try to figure out how the hell it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have a working theory the whole time. I mean, you're just adding and subtracting from it as you go.
Right. And that's how I'm doing this Howard Johnson motor. Okay. You know, I know all the ideas and all the theory that people claim what it does, but until you actually see it in your hands, actually witness it and watch it and observe what's going on, then you could say, aha, then you could add something to it to make the effect better or more perpetual, right? Which what I'm trying to achieve with this. But I don't know if I'll succeed. I don't know. You know, this is a real big test of my, engineering skills to try to make this thing work. So
a test of your dignity.
what's that?
Yeah, the ultimate test of your dignity.
My dignity? I'll lose my dignity over this. No, I don't think I will.
I wouldn't say that far.
No, but some people they're afraid of doing that, especially because they don't want the possibility to fail and lose their dignity and things like that. So then that's the cool thing about us is if we fail, and we move on. We don't care.
All right, I think I'm gonna have to put somebody in.
Yeah, well, by the way, in the comments, ARRR was saying that they're mostly verified theories or verified experimentally the theories that they put out, and I would argue with that. Only in the fact that you can't use lasers to show everything, and you're getting a lot of it wrong because you're showing the same thing over and over again. You're just saying it's something different, and I've seen that a lot in physics. And then I see a lot of cut and paste. This is all the same as this guy's theory, except for this paragraph. And that's what I'm changing. That's kind of really bad because it's incoherent to what the guy was talking about and what you're talking about. You didn't actually build the experiment. And then what you didn't do is verify the experiment at the time and see if there was a reason it didn't go to the way you were looking at. That's one of the bigger problems in physics too, because sometimes you can't break that experiment. You can't bend it. You can't change it to get what you want out of it, even if it's mathematically correct. You have to build it because there's things that goes on in energy that will not allow you to do it. So that's my pet peeve about it. Just and use something else besides a freaking laser, for God's sake. I think physics is 90% lasers. They hand them out in graduation. They're here. Here's your pack of lasers. You're a physicist. Good job. That's all I think they do. Because that's all I see. It's like, can you give them something else? Maybe give them a coil. Give them something. I mean, like, it's like Cracker Jack boxes. Can you put a different prize in the bottom of the box when you're
give
done?
him like a bag of Legos so he can play with it.
Yeah, something. I mean,
I had to ban Simple Man 911.
Why?
He was becoming a friggin' smartass, so I banned him. Screw him.
Oh,
I'm sick of his comments. He says I'm barely intelligent.
Oh. He was calling Jarvis a fart earlier.
Yeah, well, screw him. Won't be part of this show. Not with those comments.
I should have showed him some maths to piss him off a little bit because I know he doesn't like it. So, just kidding.
Yeah, well, it just takes a couple of comments to piss me off, and then you go bye. And he kind of crossed the line tonight, so
yeah,
bye.
Okay, ARR says depends on the area of physics. Tons of stuff. I agree with that. There's a lot of great physics out there. I won't deny that. There's a lot of lazy stuff too.
Yeah, especially in quantum mechanics. I think there's a lot of open loose ends there.
Yeah, but that's the problem with quantum mechanics is in theoretical QCD, they say, I have a theory with 11 dimensions, and I have a better one because it has 17 dimensions. So they think that making it more complicated, they're gonna find the solution. It's all crap. Throw that into the garbage can. It's all garbage. Because nature is not complex. Nature is very simple. You have to simplify things as most as possible if you want to find the real solution. And yeah, for me the solution is true simplicity, not complexity. And that's why I'm trying to keep things very simple. And I'm only using like basic calculus at worst, but I'm not using all the garbage the mainstream
you
physicists are using.
simplify the equations, because I think some of the equations, especially Maxwell, was famous for this, making it so bloody impossible to understand all the equations, and then all the different notations for all the characters in his equations. They
Yeah,
were changing throughout all his theories,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
another physicist is looking at this and go, what the hell is going on? Because he's changing stuff halfway through, right? So
yeah,
it's like very few people could read through all of Maxwell's work and actually understand what he's actually going through. And that's what Eric Dollar did. He did the Lone Pine writings.
but
That is basically,
Maxwell's equations are complex, but it's kind of a simple thing that got overcomplicated. But it's
yeah,
at the core, you know what I mean? At the core, it's very simple. It's just linear algebra, but he made it.
super
He put like
complicated.
extra layers of complexity on
Right,
top of it.
exactly. And it's like, why? Why would
Yeah,
you want to make it more? Maybe he did it deliberately just so the paper would get written.
yeah, exactly. And people these days they say, well, theoretical physicists they keep saying, "Oh, Maxwell was a genius," and blah blah blah. They keep the same thing, but they like it because it's complicated. But it's I showed a video at some point that was going through Maxwell's equation, and the guy was simplifying everything. At the core, it's very simple. It's the same thing with general relativity. At the core, it's very simple, general relativity, but they added an Einstein field equation, a whole bunch of garbage on top of that that makes it complicated. But at
Yeah,
the core, it's very simple.
well, his big problem with his general relativity is he totally denounced the theory of the ether. If the ether was in his equations, it would have been quite a bit different.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the end, right around the end of his career, just before he passed away, that he started to realize that there's obviously something in the ether. There's something in between the what they call so-called vacuum or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he said there's no ether, and then he calls in general relativity he calls space-time a fabric. So it's the same freaking thing.
Oh, space time.
I
hate that phrase. It's like space time is to me the flat and the going down, and then the way they write it out. Y1, Y2, Ty, and T2, and then you look at it and it's like dot to dot. Where's the curvature at it? There's no curvature there. They say, oh, well, then you get to the time gives you the curvature. No, you should have started out in geometry. You are dealing with X, Y coordinates, and you try to say there's a Z in there. You're full of it. Okay, it's worth what it is. It looks just like they say it does. You take a big dump in your toilet and you flush it because that's space time. Okay, that's it. And then go around the other side of the world and do it again so it can go back to the other side and regurgitate itself. I hate the way they describe space time. It's absolutely horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, and the general relativity it says that energy creates gravitational force. But I mean, there you go. You have energy that creates a gravitational force. Why do you need the space-time curvature garbage? It's so it's like a castle of cards. That's what it is. It's a castle of cards, and nobody wants to destroy that castle because they all lose their credibility and their grants. That's all.
So yeah. No, it's pretty funny, man. You look at all the stuff, they define energy as something doing work, right? But they can't create the thing that does work. they can't create something and it goes to a different locality and does work as well. But you could do it with a Tesla coil all day. You could start this. You can create a null zone over here. The null zone's doing work. It creates vortexes out of both sides. You have zero hook to it. As a matter of fact, the more mass that you attach to it, the greater the energy output is. Because it's working on the opposite side of what you think it is. So you can continue to do that multiple time after time after time. You can create a whole universe out of it. And had they looked at that instead of just writing it off, they would have got somewhere. Instead, they overcomplicate things, man. I can right now write you a theory that would do it all day long, create energy throughout the entire solar system really easy with the null zone and the vortexes all day long. And then we can run it one way and then we can run it right back the other.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a reciprocal.
Mr. Who?
Reciprocal, you know?
Reciprocal.
Oh, yeah. Reciprocal. Sorry. I thought you were saying somebody's name. I'm off in left field here.
No, sometimes I have trouble with words I don't say very often, so that's all.
No, as far as like like physicist and J.J. Thomson and Tesla, those two apparently corresponded quite a bit, and those two were pretty close on what they thought was going on.
Okay, hold on. Can I answer something real quick? Aaron, none in your thing. You can only go as far as your field. That's a lie. Let me just explain right now. I could put 20 volts in something and create a 5-foot field. At the extent of the 5-foot field, it'll stop lighting things up. I can create a coil by itself, just a number 2 winding without any attachment, put it 11 feet out from the center of the original coil, and it'll still light. Still put out the energy to a light bulb. It's way outside my field, okay? It's an additional 6 feet beyond the field. The only way that it does that is if they are working on resonance, and it has the exact same frequency as the initial resonance frequency. So yes, I'm right in the fact that it can go further. And as a matter of fact, if I connect it to ground, I can increase that distance by another 5 to 6 feet. And if I increase the mass of the ground, I can increase the distance as well. So
how about the heavy side component?
Go ahead.
How about the heavy side component to this?
I'm not sure what the heavy side component to this is.
Well, the electrostatic potential that goes beyond the field.
There's no electrostatic in it. There's an energy potential that goes as far out as it goes to illuminate things. I mean, to excite the gas. But if you're talking about the scalar, it's exactly what you're working at. You're looking at scalar and how it's done. It's like scalar between planets. And it works on a different principle. You know what I mean? That's why string theory was right. And there's strings, but you had to start with the resonance point first. If you resonate, then everything that has that frequency thereafter can resonate with it. Then it all produces energy. And then based on your geometry, you can increase that. So if you're in the cylinder shape, you can just have 2 vortexes. But if you're in a sphere shape, now you have compression in there. Now you can create the vacuum inside that stays. Now you can have a higher amount of energy in the secondary device. It's all about, can you get the first one resonating, then all the string theory starts to work. But they seem to not understand that. They forgot how a turning fork has the forks that go like this in resonance, which works on the same principle Lulu was talking about with the packets right there in the magnetic fields. It works all the same. And Bedini said the same thing. It's the same place that you can store all the information in it. He said when he created his audio devices, that's exactly what he did. It was the storing of information inside the resonance.
Interesting.
Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
It only makes sense that in the invisible, it has to, if we're extracting energy, it means there is something that is holding that, you know. Our mind works that this amount of space should hold this amount. But when things are resonating and you've got magnetic field and electric field and static energy, it becomes a non-defined space of how energy is stored. You know, you called it packets, but it could be bubbles. It could be, just sheets. It could be, sheets of information, not a packet. It doesn't have to have that geometric shape of a box. It could, it doesn't have to be a uniform shape necessarily, because some parts of the ether have a stronger density, therefore they might hold more hidden information.
I think
Sometimes, yes.
I think the ether itself, because it's influenced by electromagnetic influences and other forces around it, that it keeps it in a kinetic state, not a static state. And even Tesla, in his writings, talked about that. He said, if we find out that the ether is in a static state, our efforts are in vain. But if they are kinetic, basically sky's the limit. And I think he realized very early that the ether is influenced, whether it's gravity, electrostatics, electromagnetic influences in space, create that unequilibrium. And because of that, that's why you have 0 point, because even at, absolute zero, there are still fluctuations in the vacuum of space, which they say is nothing there, right? So obviously there has to be something there for it to have fluctuation.
Yeah,
It's like negative pressure when you have an area that doesn't have it takes from one side to fill the other side to create an equilibrium. Well, guess what? All of space is like that. Just pockets of uh, um, more density, more pressure, and then it creates less pressure in other areas. Well, that has to filters like a balloon. If I blow up a balloon and attach another balloon to it, it's going to take from this side to this side. Well, imagine it's not just two balloons. The whole universe is a bunch of balloons. So it's a constant,
Variation in
motion.
pressures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and exactly, and the differential of that is a force.
Right.
Very simple.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So a lot of the science is making everything so damn complicated that if you try to talk it in layman's terms that the average Joe Blow can understand, I think a lot more people would get it and understand exactly, right?
I try to master layman's terms.
Yeah.
But you have to explain to like children. If you're able to explain it to children and for them to get the concept, then that's what
Right.
is important.
And that's why all these theoretical physicists and all these high level engineers, PhDs, and all this, they make all this language that nobody that's outside of academia could ever understand. And I think they want to keep it that way because they want to keep their narrative. This is the laws, first law, second law, lens law, all this stuff, and they make it complicated that nobody understands it. That's not in academia, right?
Yeah.
So it separates them from everybody else.
By the way, all the space out there is just energy that you can't tap into because you don't know how to yet. It's like walking outside. You're in a sea of energy, but you don't know how to tap into it.
Exactly.
Once you understand how to tap into it, you're okay, because the thing is, you're building out the scalar inside the Earth. You're building out the scalar between planets and sun. So it's all frequency based. So if you can attenuate the same frequency, you can have that energy for free. You don't need to pay for it. It's already there. It's already in between them. You just don't know what the number is. It's like it's just like a lock. Yeah, you're going like this. You put in the lock numbers and boom, you have it. You get all the energy you want. It's all right there.
Yeah. So, to add on to your point, it now boils down to the engineer.
Yeah.
Engineering a device that will do what you're looking to do, extract power from the vacuum. So as long as you have a firm grasp on what 0-point energy is and how it functions, then you can engineer a mechanical device to extract it. So I guess the first step at that would have been the Casimir device.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
The Casimir force, like I was talking in the mailing list that I have that Michael Boyd created originally. What will happen if Casimir is between two plates, but what will happen if you have multiple plates? Like an accordion, you know, like a
like an
musical
accordion.
instrument.
Like an accordion, yeah.
Accordion, yeah. So you would amplify the force, you know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
If the force acts on two plates and you have multiple plates, then you're gonna multiply the force by the number of plates.
You do realize that's how Gerald's coil is built. He has the
Mike, how about
Casimir
your
effects, but it's all energy. It's no longer plates. You don't need plates when you have energy to hold in energy. That's literally how his coil is built.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how you did it.
Well, because it makes a layer of energy, and then there's another layer above it, but in between it has friction, so you have static that builds up in between them. And you keep putting these levels in, and you've got like 1,500 wraps on the thing. So he's creating this gigantic capacitor, okay, inside that's level by level by level. In the middle of them, in each layer, you have a static layer that builds. So that's exactly what it is, a giant Casimir effect.
Okay.
It's got a lot of energy in it, and it holds it and sustains it in very low power.
Interesting. So he got a lot of in his sleeves, huh?
Oh, he's hiding stuff. He only shows you the party tricks. He's not showing you the good stuff.
Now, my question
Yeah.
my question would be to him is there a lot of mass within that coil?
Ooh, well,
Ooh.
he said it on a live so I could say it.
Ooh.
Light becomes mass. Through his system, light becomes mass. That's
light.
He said it on a live so I could say it, but
man, I saw this lightning video, like huge bolt. It when it went out, like stuff fell out of it, like matter. So light is matter, you know, like whatever fell out of it. I don't know what that stuff.
Light is
But
an
it was something.
entangled electron and positron. That's all. You know, that's how you get the annihilation process. You get the electron positron that converts into light, and then you have the pair production, light converted into electron and positron. Then guess what? I guess light is an entangled electron and positron. You know, too simple. With kinetic energy.
it's a conversion. But you need coordinates to put everything into the new shape that you want to create. That's what all the frequencies are inside these coils. It's directing it how to shape something in space, where the coordinates are, where each point is, how it builds out. That's what it's all doing in there with all the frequencies. So
Okay.
so much more interesting stuff that happens in that. It's so much more powerful than people think it is. Yeah, it's a bit more than cymatics. Cymatics, one side of the speaker. You hook up a speaker above it and then run the same experiment. You're going to get resonance, and it's going to create a whole different shape altogether. It's interesting because when you go into some of these devices, like they want you to learn something in your head, they get you speakers, but then the two speakers are in different frequencies, and they're set up to create a binaural beat in the center in your third eye is what they're trying to do. So you look at the MWO machine, it's built the same way, two different frequencies, looking for the beat frequency in the center in order to do things. Well, I can't go into much more of it on the medical end. I'm just saying that's the idea of it. So when you look at that speaker and you see it doing that, understand that there should be one above it. And that would create your resonance between the two. So
yep. Cool.
And resonance, I need to understand resonance a little bit better. So the way I see resonance is you can clearly break stuff easily, break buildings like Tesla was doing. You can heal people with the right frequencies.
Yep.
And but
It
can
could be
you?
It could be healing and it could be destructive.
Yeah.
Like MRIs or magnetic resonance imaging machines. What do you think they do? It's that thing, but
It's
you
the
know,
magnetic field that penetrates the body tissue, in a resonant, and they're able to pick it up on the other side and project it, into an image, right?
Well, they had an excellent show. I wish I had the link for you guys here, but they talked about how they can get a hold of the glands in your body, and based on the frequency of the gland itself, it'll allow it to open. So it would be like taking medication, but you no longer have to take the medication because they could directly speak with that specific part of it.
Right.
And what resonance is basically a high value on and off, or a high value vibration that you can't see. Okay, it's just two frequencies doing work against each other like this. That's all it is. But what happens?
Gateway.
Yeah, but what makes it special is it attenuates to any frequency. You know what I mean? That's the same thing, exact same frequency. That's in the a vicinity that it can handle. So if these two are going off, this one will go off over here, and then this one will go off over here. And let me tell you, from building coils, when you accidentally create the wrong one, your whole room goes off. Okay? Your entire room starts to light up, every light bulb next to it. Because all my coils are built the exact same way. And when I do a driving coil, I'm driving the frequency of those coils. And you could just see it. Boom, 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 boom. And we're going around the room, man. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Oh, I did that a couple of weeks ago. Know what the plasma tube? I was
Yeah.
Okay, I was lighting up light bulbs in my lab there, and I hooked up the one wire circuit into a copper plate about 8 to 10 inches long by about 8 inches wide, and it was about a quarter inch thick. And I let that thing resonate right through that. The second I did that, I almost fried my meter. I started going beep, 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 beep. I started freaking out. I had to shut it off. I think it damaged.
Because things resonate, they're doing work. With doing work pulls in the energy from the surrounding area. That's what people aren't realizing. It's pulling in the energy from the surrounding area because you don't create energy, you pull it in.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got it now.
Yeah, my friggin' voltmeter didn't like it.
Because they can tell you all the time, you cannot create or destroy energy. You cannot create and destroy energy. Therefore, energy must be everywhere at all times. That's exactly what physics tells you. But nobody listens to that. If you ask a physics guy, how does a generator work? They go, well, you're going to create the energy by rotating the magnet. Well, can you create or destroy energy? No. How does it work again then? To tell you the same answer. And you go like this for like 20 minutes, and then you finally go, hey, do you realize that you're actually just pulling it in? Do you realize that that's all you're doing? Because you created a law that says you can't do it any other way.
Do you think it feels like you have a camera, like a thermal camera? It would show density pockets when you're pulling the energy from wherever the surrounding space to the relative to the magnet or the spinning magnet.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was saying if we had those thermal cameras, would it show the density pockets in the surrounding the area where the magnet motor is pulling the energy from the things?
It'll show you the magnetic field. It'll show you the heat as things heat up in the system. It will not show you the energy pulling in. What you're going to need is something. Oh God, they make a set of glasses that you can start to see ultraviolence and stuff. at
Yeah,
that
I
point
didn't
you
know what
could
it
start
was.
to
I
see
just
something
said
like
thermal,
that.
but it's something other, some
Would it
kind
be
of.
isn't it like almost like night vision glasses that can actually show that?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. They put this
night
special
vision.
material between two plates of glass, and you're able to see fields around the human body and around other things. And I think they're like $200 for the glasses.
Yeah, it's called an IR filter. Yeah, you're right. Yep. So it's possible. Yeah, some of the old night vision.
Is that
could
the one
probably
with the
do it too.
green that lights up in the green?
the
Yeah,
green.
I have one of those. Yeah, I have one
Oh,
of
you
those.
do?
Yeah, I have one of those.
You have to
Yeah,
try
I'd be-
that then and show us.
Hold on,
I would be. I would.
let me look for it. Hold on.
Well, she
Yeah.
needs to. She's being
You got
hunted
about
by.
Man, I've got one that actually you look into it and see if there is a hidden camera somewhere. It has like
You got,
a little thing, and I
Well,
have
that was
another,
special tricks.
and then I have another one that you like click, and if there's like anything in the walls, it like shows, like the little light goes up and down, like if it's closer, it's like a hidden device. Yeah, I mean for fun. I get this stuff for fun.
we got about 4 minutes left here, and then we'll square it up, and then we could do our after show.
What next week, Lulu? You're going to have to present on the show with these things, man. I want to see some of those. Those that sound awesome.
Okay, maybe not next week, maybe the week before, just because my kids are starting next week and it's crazy right now for me. I'm like just busy.
No. When you're ready, by all means. But I feel like
I have a bunch of gadgets, and I had one that has like a little, and you could hear somebody's conversation from afar as long as you had like the eye line of sight.
Oh, nice.
So that stuff is fun, and I love this stuff.
Did you get any more classified emails?
Oh.
I not emails, but I was invited to it's called the Space Summit in Dallas on September 13th. And I asked Phil if he'd like to come or if any of y'all gentlemen, and they asked me to invite some of my friends. So I don't know, but yeah, I could read the email for you guys in a little bit if you'd like. Let me pull it up.
We're gonna square up here.
I'll read it after the show, but yeah, and I'll tell you guys next week more about it as well.
All right. Yeah. We're gonna square it up for the night. We go live here again next Friday at 9:00 Eastern. Now, the last weekend of August, I'll be in Calgary, so I don't think I'll be doing a show that week. I think that's August 30th, I believe, the Friday. I leave on the 26th, which is the Tuesday. 27th, 28th, 29th.
29 is a Friday.
Yeah, the 29th. So I won't be doing a show that week. But after Labor Day weekend, I'll be doing a show when I get back into town. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see everybody next week.
Thanks, guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Cheers.